Headaches are a nagging, painful, and inconvenient condition that seem to affect everything that you do. Stick around and in just minutes I'll show you how to relieve it, and for some of you it'll be instantaneous. Let's talk about it. So the most common type of headache is tension headaches. The tension starts here at the upper neck, kind of travels around your temporal region, around your ear, and then if it's bad enough can even move its way to your eye. It feels like it's right there on your eye causing pressure, and even looking in bright light can be painful. And so what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about this suboccipital region muscles right here. The occipital bone of your cranium is right here, and suboccipital means below the occipital bones. We're talking about here. And the two types of muscles we're talking about is the postural muscles and the fine motor muscles. Now the postural muscles, they help hold your neck up, they help stabilize it, they help keep the posture of your neck. They don't let it droop to either side, they keep it upright, keep it straight. Now the fine motor muscles are the muscles that when the postural muscles are working, the motor muscles will be used to turn your head. It's the actual movement of your neck, that's your postural muscles working. So what can happen is these muscles work so in conjunction, so closely together, that if one group or both groups are tense and stiff, what they can do is they can actually limit mobility of the neck, which has its own host of problems, but they can also put pressure on the nerves in the neck as well, and can make the headache sensation that you're experiencing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to learn to release that tension. Now that we know we have tension in the neck, how do we relieve it? Well, the first way we're going to relieve it is just a simple neck massage. So all you're going to do is on these suboccipital muscles right here, you're just going to take your two fingers and you're going to do some light massaging like that. You'll go in circles, you'll go down, you'll splay out like that, really taking that tension and trying to spread it out like so. You'll just do various movements like that on the suboccipital muscles down here, and you'll massage, applying steady, consistent pressure for about 1.5 to 2 minutes. And if that relieves the pain, that's great. If not, let's move on to the second one. The next method we're going to try is a simple levator scapula stretch. Now the levator scapula is one of your neck muscles right here. It connects up here and then goes on down here to the shoulder, and that muscle can become tight. So all we're going to do is a simple stretch of that. So what you're going to do is you're going to, let's just say it's on my right side here. Let's just say that's where I'm really feeling it. I'm going to stretch that first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my right hand, put it behind my shoulder, so that way I have a fixed location, so that way my shoulder doesn't move up. It fixes that in place, and then I'm going to take my other hand and just lightly pull it over like that, and you'll feel a stretch of that levator scapula right in there. And then you're going to hold that for about 30 seconds. So you'll hold it for 30 seconds, come back up for a few, and then you go back down for 30 seconds. And whenever you're stretching, make sure you stretch both sides, just so that way you have symmetry in your muscles and both are equally stretched, and that way one's not loose and the other's pulling extra hard because it hasn't been stretched either. So make sure you stretch both sides. The third method we're going to do is we're going to take an ice bath for our hands. So all you're going to do is you're going to put some ice in here, put some water, and then what you're going to do, you're going to put your hands in, and then you're going to flex your hands, and then you're going to release. Flex your hands, and then you're going to release. And then you'll do this for about 20 to 30 seconds, less if you can't tolerate that much, because you'll take them out periodically, put them back in. You'll do this about 3 times. And what this does is this constricts the blood vessels in your hands and therefore sends a signal to your brain to release back here, therefore relieving the tension that we're trying to get rid of. Finally, let's start with some strengthening. No pain fix routine is complete without some strengthening. If you strengthen these neck muscles, that's going to cause to less tension headaches in the future. So all we're going to do is we're going to do some simple isometric holds. So what you're going to do, let's just say this is the side that's really giving me troubles. That's the side that I'm going to start on. So I'm going to take my right hand, put it right here on my temple, and I'm going to push that way, but I'm going to keep my neck. I'm going to use those postural muscles to keep my neck in place. So I'm going to hold it here for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Then I'm going to release. Going to go back. 1, 2, 3. Going to release. That's 2 reps, and you're going to do 10 reps for 2 sets. The thing is, you're going to do it for all 4 directions. So you're going to do it here. You're going to do it here. You're going to take both hands, go on the back of your neck, pull forward, and then again, keep it in place, and then you're going to take your hand, push back, and then you're going to keep that in place as well. For all of these, you're going to do 2 sets of 10 reps with 3-second holds. Now, after you've done this, I would recommend doing this once a day for at least 3 to 4 days a week. Now, after you've gotten used to that, if you want to take it to the next level, what you can do is get this simple loop band like that. It's not connected, it's just a simple strap. And then all you're going to do is you're going to put it on whichever direction you're going. So you're going to put it on there, extend your hands forward, and then just hold the neck in a fixed position. This is an isometric hold. And then again, you'll do that for all 4 directions as well. Now, after you've done all this, one thing you'll want to do is, if you haven't, is you'll want to get an ice pack and then put like a paper towel or a washcloth in between the ice pack and either put it on the back of your neck, and then you'll just like lay on the ground, the couch, your bed. You'll lay on it with it pressed up against that position for about 5 to 10 minutes, and then you'll switch the ice pack and put it on your forehead for about 5 to 10 minutes. After you've done all that, this ice pack on those areas feels incredible. Now, these methods that I've shown you, they work best if you do them right as you feel the tension build. As they begin to travel up and around the ear to the eye, they become more difficult to take care of. But if you start doing these, especially the first neck massage and the Lavater scap stretch, if you do those right as you feel tension, you could relieve it in seconds right as it comes, and then you won't even have to feel the effects of the headache. All the methods I've been talking about today are all reactive. When the pain shows up, when the tension shows up, then we do these things. But what can we do to make sure the tension, the other forms of headache, don't even show up? Well, there's a few things you can do. Number one, drink water. Stay well hydrated. Chronic dehydration, I think, is a much bigger problem than we even talk about or give it credit for. You see, almost every cell in your body, of which there's like 75 trillion. Almost every single cell in your body requires water to do what it needs to do. If it doesn't have water to do what it was designed to do, it can't do, and someone somewhere is going to pick up the slack. The second thing you could do is stay away from over-inflammatory foods, or at least limit your consumption of over-inflammatory foods. That's junk food, that's fried foods, processed foods, all these different things that we know are bad for us. We eat in large quantities. If you're not going to limit your frequency, limit your quantity. Just eat less of whatever it is you're eating. And these things will help limit the headaches that you experience in the future. If you've experienced what I've been talking about today and you've solved it by methods other than what I've talked about, leave it down in the comments below. You never know who's going to benefit from your story. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, what you think, what you eat, and what you do all lead to a life of chronic health. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.